As all advocates of feminist politics know, most people do not understand sexism, or if they do, they think it's not a problem. Masses of people think that feminism is always and only about women seeking to be equal to men, and a huge majority of these folks think feminism is anti-male. Their misunderstanding of feminist politics reflects the reality that most folks learn about feminism from patriarchal mass media. What they're forgetting is that men can be feminists, and that feminism isn't a female supremacist hate movement, but that it's actually a theory of political, economic, and social equality of the sexes. And it's cast from a female perspective because they're the ones largely being oppressed. Feminism is hated because women are hated. Anti-feminism is a direct expression of misogyny. It is the political defense of women hating, according to Andrea Dworkin. And this is important because feminism is something that is largely misunderstood, and we think of the angry, raging, male-hating women, and those do exist, as being the leaders of the feminist movement, which I think is a mistake. I don't think that those women have an accurate understanding of what equality is. I think they have been damaged in a lot of ways by men, and they take out their anger in inappropriate political ways. And we also have this large notion that, sexual assault, a very, visible form of oppression against women, is something that only happens by a stranger in some random situation at night when she's walking home alone. But the reality is that it's much more coercive and common than that. So, a blogger summarized it very well. If a man buys a woman a drink, all that means is that a man bought a woman a drink. If a girl or woman drank alcohol, all that means is that a girl or woman drank alcohol. If a girl or woman has been drinking and flirts, all that means is that she's flirting. If it's the third date, all that means is it's the third date. If a girl or woman consented to kissing, all that means is that she consented to kissing. If a girl or woman goes to a guy's place, all that means is that she went to his place. When any of these items are used as proof of consent, the only thing that shows is how a rapist has rationalized rape. If these pervasive rationalizations, which pose the greatest danger, are not women drinking, then someone says drunken consent is still consent. What they're really saying is drunkenness is a valid substitute for genuine consent. So there's this, concept that women shouldn't get raped, but we don't really teach our men and young boys not to rape. So it brings us to this notion of equality where we have the same expectations of each gender, because our equality is tied together, regardless of what your race is, your gender, your class. If someone's rights can be taken away, anybody's rights can be taken away. And that's kind of feminism's goal, is to just guarantee equality to everyone and give everyone a fair shot. And that might be incentive to move beyond the third wave of feminism and move into something new, because a lot of third wave feminists are these crazy, raging male haters. They are prevalent. And it's a problem because they short-sight themselves. They have short-sighted notions of what feminism is. What we really need to do is end the gender-specific expectations when raising children. When you raise a child and you find out the gender of your child before they're born, what does that do? You change the paint color in your room, you buy pink clothes, whatever. That's bullshit. Why would you do that? That you're enculturating your baby before they're even born to be a certain way. If they're female, to be passive and kind and gentle and nurturing, and if they're male, you're enculturating them to be strong and masculine and dominant and outgoing, and I don't understand why you would want to do that when they can have all of those qualities regardless of their gender.